Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Welcome to a beautiful, beautiful day today. Today is a great day. It's a day that God has made. We are alive and we are kicking. This is the Woman's World. It's a program where we talk about us women, and then we bring the men into our world to understand us better. And it's a program where, men always say women are complicated, women are difficult, women are challenging and all that. So it's a show where we talk about women and we bring the men into the world to understand us better. But most importantly, this show, as I always say, is a show for us to advise ourselves as women, to counsel each other as women, to educate each other as women, and to tell ourselves the truth, the bitter truth. Because as sisters, if we don't tell ourselves the truth, who will tell us the truth? And the reason why we are doing that, so that we can become better versions of ourselves, either as mothers or as daughters or as wives or as aunties. Then we can make the right impact in the world. And that is why I want to say you are welcome to the show today, and I'm so happy to have you. For those on Facebook, you are welcome, and those who are listening on the Radio Maria, you are welcome. Well, I am your host, Vic Alu, the Vic of the Alu, aka Lady V, on 91.3 FM Radio Maria here in Abuja, the voice of truth. We are here to talk about interesting things today. But you know what? Today I'm not alone. I am together with wonderful, great, and amazing women. Women that the moment I got to speak with them, I knew there was something they would have to offer. I will allow them to introduce themselves briefly, even as we continue. Ma, let's start with you. Can we meet you, ma?
Oh, my name is Chomamba, CEO of Deep Bevel Soup, Thickener and Spices.
Wow, you're welcome, ma.
Yes, my sister.
Thank you. My name is Zainab David Ayuba, the Managing Director of Prudent Creation.
Wow, these women are they are CEOs and MDs, and it has something to do with what we'll be talking about today. Well, on this show, we always give honor to whom honor is due. We appreciate the men in our lives. We appreciate our husbands. We appreciate our fathers. We appreciate our friends. We appreciate our uncles. We appreciate our bosses in the office. We appreciate our nephews. Every man out there that knows the value of a woman, we appreciate all those men out there. And we sincerely and honestly appreciate every man out there. But today in a very special way, ma, we want to appreciate in a very special way men who do, despite the economic hardship, are trying their best to put food on the table, to pay the rent, to pay the bills, to pay the school fees. We want to appreciate every man, any man that is doing legit business, sincere business, to make sure that he lives up to his responsibility. You may not do it 100%, but you are putting your best to bring something to the table. We sincerely appreciate those kind of people. Madam Zainab, is there anything you want to say, especially to men out there who are doing their best?
I want to say God bless you. And
Amen.
Please keep it up.
Amen. Madam Choma.
Hey, our daddies, we are proud of you.
Wow.
We are proud of you. We know you are trying more than what we expect in this battlefield, because it's a battlefield.
Yes, so it's a battlefield. And from my guest today, we join our hearts together and we declare over every man that is working hard to make sure there is food on the table, God will deliver you from shame.
Amen.
We heard that. If you see the women who are saying amen, you will know that this is serious matter. Well, but like I always say, sis, this show is for me and you. Sister, how are you doing? Mommy, how are you coping? Auntie, how is life treating you? I can always say, I hope say now you they do life. No be life they do you. See, I always say it. If you fall, no sit down for there. Stand up, don't stop the dirty, the waka they go. Waka they go, not to stop there. Waka they go and keep excelling. Push. If you're a woman, you know what it means to push. Push. Keep pushing. so that we can make that dream come true. Push so that those children will grow up to be great children. Push so that that marriage will work. Push so that you encourage you be an encouragement and a motivation to your husband. Sister, let's keep pushing. Let us not give up. And God no create us to give up. The last time I checked, there are women that are, irrespective of the challenges, they are still making and doing great things. Yes. And that is why today we're talking about something very importantly, sis. In fact, as I sit down, think, and say, Kai, this economy, I asked for the price of rice. They say it's over 70,000. Yeah. In fact, gas now is over 10,000. Did I say close to 14,000? I say, how women they cope? That 10 naira, 5 naira, where Oga they give us, how will they do one? You go buy if you have a daughter that is a teenager, you buy her pampers, pad. You pay for NEPA bill. I don't even know how we are surviving, and that is why we are here today to talk about a very important topic, and that is women and the economic challenges of today. Madam, is a serious matter, and that is why I brought in two wonderful women who will join us to have this conversation. Let me tell you, no matter how bad the economy is, let me say this before we go on a short break, madam, no allow the thing worry you. Because if you allow the thing worry you, it will affect your health. At least you get power to go market. At least the money you supposed to buy tablet, you go carry them, buy egusi or buy something for house. And that is why before we go on the break, I want to remind you, don't allow the economic situations get you depressed. Don't allow joy to fill your heart, irrespective of the issues. It's not peculiar to only you. Now everybody. The few people that are enjoying, we thank God for them. And I hope that if you're a woman out there and you are enjoying this season, because some people now you're on a season of enjoyment be this. There are some men now on a season be this. Please remember the people we no get. People now remember them. And that is why we'll go on a short break. Husband, call your wife. Tell her, say, we want to discuss something. How we go manage this economic war. If your wife, call her for phone. Tell her, say, make she join Radio Maria, 91.3 FM Radio Maria now. If she there Facebook, tell her, say, make she go Victoria or Vic Alu. We there live. Make we continue this conversation. Make we advise ourselves how we go cope. From me, we go listen to one song. Did they call them? God go make a way. And now true, God go make a way. Don't touch it, I will soon be back. So you are welcome back. We are standing here because God has made a way for us. If you are still breathing, bros, or guys, they hear me. So if you are still breathing, it's because there is still hope. Sister, if you are still breathing, it means there is still hope. Brother Emmanuel Ochiga, thank you so much for being on Facebook and to encourage us. Now I want to start going straight to the point. You know all this. I don't talk too much now. That time we hear waiting our guests go talk. I want to start by asking, man, when you say economic challenges, as a woman, how does a woman interpret when we say economic challenges? What does that mean? Let's start with you, Madam Choma, before we go to Madam Zena.
For me, I see it as a situation where the weather change in a home. You understand? When you say the weather don't change, the only thing is to sit down and know how to protect your family. Because I believe that women, our field, that home is your first ministry. Your husband is there under you to take care. You are a mother. You are also mother to your husband.
Wow.
You are mother to your children.
Yes.
So only thing for you to sit down and know how to cover and to protect them from the climate change. That's for me.
When you say climate change, how do you mean?
What I mean is that you will find it that the thing come to sweep away people in the home, to change your children from what you want them to be.
The economic challenge.
Yes, that's the thing. It's whether they want to change what you are expecting and your dream.
Wow.
You want to drive everything away from you, your vision. Yeah. Because many of us have the kind of children we want in life. We don't know the kind of home you want. But the thing, you want to change everything from you. Wow. So I feel that when you can't see something, you need to be troubled.
Exactly.
You understand? You don't need to look at your neighbor, how he's coping on anybody. You need to sit down because that is your own territory.
That is your own battlefield.
That's your own. For me, you need to sit down, to know how to protect them. Because this is a race.
Yes.
And you understand? You will not go and rejoice over your neighbor own alone. What of your own? So I feel it that it's a change that want to sweep the family, because what I'm calling it is a climate change. Is that sometimes if you are not careful, what you do not expect from your children, you start seeing it.
Because of the economy.
That's the thing, it changed them now. Because there are children that the way God created them, if you are not stand beside them, you won't receive respect from them. Because they are the one catering for themselves.
Wow. Hey, God help us. So.
Amen.
You understand? So that's why I call it
climate change.
To me.
Madam Zainab, your own opinion, how should a woman, when we say economic challenges as it is in Nigeria now, how should a woman see it?
Wow. Honestly, in my own case, I'll say a woman in this time supposed to, number one, prayerfully ask for God help. Because the economic challenge have the capacity to rob her of her health, rob her of her joy, and it also has the capacity of cutting short her life. So it is a serious issue that we need to first of all present it to God, and then look within. What can we do? What can we do?
You know, there's something you just said that made my mind cut. Sister, this economic situation, it get the way you go carry am, that it can even take your life.
Yes.
And you can't afford to do that. Because you have a husband, like Mommy Chioma said, you are the mother of your husband. You have your own biological children to take care of. So it is a serious matter. But God will help us. And that is why we are here to talk about it. Now, I want to ask, you know, there are men who are trying their best. I know, we'll get to that point where we say women should also play their part. What do you want to tell men out there who are doing their best, and also men who have, because you know, there's this popular saying that people are naturally selfish. There are some men, you see them, they will go to the beer parlor, they will fill their stomach very well, meanwhile there's nothing at home. What can you say, Madam Zainab, to a man out there who is not living up to responsibility in this economic hard time? What will you tell a man? Because, like you said, even everything boils down to the wife, because she's the one that will cook the food. Can you just encourage a man or advise a man before we continue with ourselves as women?
Yes, ma'am. To a man out there that, just as you mentioned, being selfish, because that selfishness will not work in this season. He has more to lose than to gain with that selfish behavior. That you can go out there, fill your own tummy when there is nothing for your wife, and perhaps you have children, nothing for them. So your future is what you are playing with. Because the children are watching and they are your future. So the way you take care of them now determine how they will respond to you when you become old, because time wait for no one. Today you may be 30. In the next 20 years, you are 50. And what you do when you are 30, by 50, your strength will not be able to carry you to do what you are doing at the age of 30. So you have to also look at the situation on ground now and fix it headlong. Come together as a family. Tell them the truth. This is what I can do. This is what I can afford. Work according to the means that you have. And then to those who are actually trying, more grace to you.
Amen.
I pray that the Lord will give you wisdom to continue to try. And I pray that communication at this time, we need more of communication
between husband and wife.
And if the children have come of age, please include them in the planning so that nobody will be thinking what is actually happening, because the children don't know what is happening. But if the father and the mother and those who are grown up can come together and say, let's put our head together, how do we save this situation? Communication is key. It will help.
men out there, honestly, that communication is important. Many men their wives don't even trust them when it comes to issues of money. They don't always tell their wives exactly how much they have. Exactly. So the wife, even truly what you have is 10,000, because she doesn't trust, the wife doesn't trust the man. Yes. She will say to maybe he has 100,000. So communication is key. If you're a man out there and you are listening, we know things are, by God's grace, things will get better. Amen. But try and also be as open as you can to your wife, to your spouse. You understand? That brings me to this question, Mommy Chioma. How will you now advise a wife? What is the relation? How should a wife relate to her husband in either of this situation, whether he's bringing enough or whether he's not bringing enough?
For me, coming to this period we find ourselves, every home have the way they play, because there are many of us know our husband, we know our family, how it is, but there are grace God gives to us as a woman. You need to sit down, look at your children and their future, ask God for grace, how to flow with your husband, because the way my husband understands things might not be the way your husband understands things. And many of us, when we started marriage life, some of us has destroyed the trust our husband have in us.
How?
Some of us, the way we live our life, the way we spend the money, you understand? In the situation like this, some of us, our husband do not have courage again to go with us, to flow with us. But my advice again now is that for us to go back, sit down, know how to do so that we can be able to overcome the situation we find ourselves now. Now is not time to blame each other. Now it's time for encouragement, discussion. You understand? No look at this person, he wear this one or he do not wear this one. Or this person eat this one, he do not eat this one. This one is you alone and your family. There are people that used to go and buy bone in the market, use it and go. Nobody know. You understand? It's time for us to cover our nakedness. It's time for us to look at our children's future and fight. That is what I will say.
So what you are saying is that women, as the situation is now, try and encourage your husband.
That's the thing.
I say sometimes some men will not sleep at night. Honestly. They are thinking of school fees. They are thinking of rent. I know a man's ego, he doesn't want to be put to shame. That is it. He wants to be the one in charge. And then unfortunately, when that is not happening and the wife is adding pepper to it, it can scatter the head. But ma, I want to ask, in a situation where, is it possible now for a woman to be a complete housewife? Is it possible? Because they say women are supposed to stay at home and take care of the children and all that. Is it possible now?
But now, there are women I know that they are, sometimes our husband contribute to that.
Okay.
So men don't allow their wife to go and do anything. Some, they believe for you to stay and take care of home, look after their children. They believe the one they get, you need to manage it. You understand? Some are jealous.
The men?
Yes. Some men are jealous type.
How?
Hey, there are men, even greeting you, greet their wife, they will look into it very well. So some are jealous. So but what I'm saying is that there are online business women are doing now. More especially people that have Android and iPhone. There are business they are doing online. Even when you go to market to buy something, you can video the yam, video this thing and post. You understand?
Somebody will say, I want the yam.
Yes.
Like there's one woman I met.
There are business people.
It's akamu she's doing, She will package the akamu. And she posts it on, and people are calling her, I need the akamu.
That's what I'm saying. Akamu. Even food you are cooking at home. If you maybe you know how to do my very well. Even when you are doing it in your house, you can know how to put your house in order. Be videoing it and be doing it and post it. You understand? Yes, there are people, there are business some are doing online.
So even if you're a housewife,
yes,
there are some things you can do.
But you can't fold your hands and say you are waiting for husband.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring.
You understand?
At this time and season, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
If it is a legitimate business that man is doing, the bills has tripled.
In fact, madam, quadrupled.
So, and then you sit down, fold your hand, waiting until they bring.
So that means you can be, if a woman out there and you're listening, you can be a full-time housewife and still be doing some things in the house that people can buy.
Yes.
Even if you don't do the social media, you can even do, your neighbor can come and buy.
That is it.
For instance, now, like for instance, if I know that you can make yaji and spiced pepper,
exactly,
you can do it.
Yeah.
Your neighbor can come and buy.
And even say, Pap, even in your home there, if people know that you used to put things in a neat place, the way you do things is very neat, people will even come to your house to ask you of Pap. You understand? Because they know how you used to put your own. You understand? More problem we have, some of us, when you are trying to do business with what people are eating, you are not careful. You are not careful. You don't know that even that person that is passing is watching you. Even if you do not buy that day, next day you might even buy. Even that your daughter friend that visit you people, it will you even use the mat and go and keep the business outside. Why? The way you are handling the food. So even as a housewife, there are a lot of things you can do at home.
But it is not possible to remain a housewife up to this moment
and not doing anything.
But there are the husband that they are autocratic, or what will I call it? Autocratic. That they don't want you to pass their boundary where they say you should not go. You know, in a home, the way you handle your home is not how my own is. For the peace sake, that is what I'm saying all these things. You know, there are women that will do it by force. Their husband will say, if you are in your village, your mother used to control your father. It's not in my house.
Yes.
There are men like that. You understand? So,
but
for peace sake, you understand? You know, the more men go older, the more they drop things. So, you understand? So, at this stage, because children are still small, you need to find something you will be doing so that your husband will understand you.
Okay, Madam Zainab, I want to ask you this. So let's say Oga earns a particular amount of money and he's very sincere with you and he says, this is all that I have. But you know, we always say, whatever it is, save for another day. How will you encourage a woman out there that her husband will say, this is sincerely all I have, but what she has is not enough? How will you advise a woman to go around that little capital that he will give her to manage the house?
You know, God always make a way. God will always make a way. And whenever we are being given something, just be a prayerful person. Holy Spirit, help me. And before I know it, an idea will come that I can manage that thing. So we should manage. Maybe before you are cooking, a pot of soup is 5,000.
And now God gave you the same 5,000.
The same 5,000. And you are not sure if there will be 5,000 tomorrow. Please, you can try to divide it into two. So that in case, if there's nothing tomorrow, there's something to fall back on. No matter how small. And then some time again, until at this time now, we also have to teach the children how to manage. There's some children that they eat per hour. Please control those children. Staying without food for 3 hours will not kill them. So as a mother, you have to also try and look at that angle so that there will not be pressure in the house. Because once there's nothing and the children come to you, Mommy, I'm hungry, and you don't have, then you go to husband doesn't have, there's challenge.
Wow. See, we are having a very interesting conversation now, but we have to go on a short break. And we'll go on this short break. When we come back, we will talk about how, as a single lady, as a young daughter, as a mother, how do you think we can cope with this kind of situation in this hard economic time? We'll be listening to a song. I love this song. He said, I will not leave you in dungeon. It's a prophetic song. I just hold on. Don't touch the dialogue. Wait, when we come back, we'll continue. Oga, call Madam. Madam, call Oga. Make we hear this talk. We have mommies in the house that are giving us good advice. Don't touch the dialogue. See you. Yes, so you are welcome back. God will not leave us in the dungeon. The song of Salem is a beautiful. If you listen to that song, it's like you're prophesying to yourself. I'm not going to stay in this financial wahala. God will take us. We'll open a phone line even as we continue so that you can call in. If you're a husband out there, what advice can you give to wives? What kind of advice can you give to single ladies on how to cope with this economy? We really want to listen. Men, you know, I always say that you are our anchor, you are our crown. We want to hear your opinion. Maybe we have been doing it wrongly. Call us and tell us. If you're a woman out there, call in, tell us. We have two great mommies here that can answer any question with regards to this situation. You can hear when they are introduction, they are business women, they are successful women, they do great, they are doing great things. Call in, let's hear. And the numbers for you to call is 081 084 475 18. I'll take it again. 081 084 475 18. Call in, let us hear from you. How will you advise a woman to navigate through this hard economic time? So we'll be talking about married women, but we also have single ladies who will do whatever they can to get money, maybe because of a lifestyle or whatever. Madam Zena, let's start from you. What advice, what will you tell a young lady on how to cope with this hard economic situation?
Yes, to the young lady out there, number one, I want her to check herself. Has she learned a trade? So if she have not learned a trade, this is the right time to learn a trade.
Wow.
This is the right time to learn a trade, because it doesn't pay. It doesn't even make sense to me that somebody has to pay your bills when you are already matured. You should be able to use your hand, do something with it, pay your own bills. That's my advice.
Learn a trade.
Learn a trade.
There are many trades outside, from hair making, food production, food processing, that one, water production. There are many things you can do out there, lady. If you're out there, I know you are driving home. You are a white collar job woman. You are great. You have a good car. You are living comfortable now. But like you heard what Mommy Zainab said, learn a trade. Learn a trade. I'll say it again. Learn a trade. You get why. Mommy Choma, let's hear you.
For me, my beloved sister, now you are single, is the great opportunity you have to build yourself. Because if you do not build yourself, you know, that time we have not married, some of us have the vision that if I marry now, my problem have finished. But you forget that now that time is when you start the journey of life. Because you are going to carry your husband home to put with your family home. And you know, sometimes we marry a man without knowing him very well. Some of our brothers do cover up, you won't know. And by the time you don't enter Gota, you don't enter Gota. So that's why it's good when you are still young. Try to build up yourself. Number one, any woman that build up herself, don't chop shit in marriage. You know how to organize yourself. Because from when you are single, you have know how to package yourself. So experience you have then will help you when you enter marriage. You will not depend on your husband alone. You will know how to protect your children, how to make your children to feel comfortable in that home you people invite him. Because you and your husband invite them there.
The children.
Yes. You need to keep the place good for them to feel happy. So I believe that when you are young, single, you need to find something to put yourself. You can be proud of. No matter whatever you are seeing there, it means a lot. It's when you are not doing anything with children. Now there you will know. Even that 200 or 300 you are seeing every day means a lot. It means a lot when your children is, because children have one special love they have for their mother. But for you to make your child happy somehow, you need 1 naira from your pocket. Because there are things you need your money to use to provide for them. So go and be begging and begging. It kills children of love to see their mother being a beggar. It don't make sense. You understand? So for me, when you are single, when you have not married, you need to go and find good things. Even when you are working, you will need to go and find something you open for yourself that give you money. Because sometimes work, if I normally see the sack people used to touch me.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because many of us used to depend on work. But sometimes they used to give us one surprise package. Unplanned thing.
With the economy now, it is not unlikely.
So that's why whatever you are doing, be there and be planning yourself. So that's it.
So, and that is for the ladies who feel there's other way of surviving. When you say do something, Mommy, I want us to be specific.
Like me, I don't believe in women giving out themselves for men or this one. Normally, this time now you will hear children talking of your whoop or this one, this. Me, I believe on you. Go on and work it out by yourself.
Legitimately.
Yes. When you are doing business, there are a lot of business to do. Okay, online business, clothes, we've won and many things. There are things to do. You understand too? Sometimes men don't like women that are industrial.
Most men.
You understand?
I think every man.
I don't believe in
economy.
For you to get your respect from a man is when you have something you are doing.
Bring something to the table. Yes.
You know how to protect yourself. Even before now, you know girls know they do shakara again now. During our own time, shakara is sweet now. But I sister, we know they do shakara again because we believe everything a man will give us. So you need to carry yourself back for man, worship, and do it. At the end, he will not marry you, will push you aside. But when you know what you are doing, you will know how to do shakara. Shakara is meant for us.
Yes. The phone numbers to call again is 081-084-47518. Let's hear from you. Daddies, mommies, brother, uncle, mommies, sisters, aunts, call in 081-084-47518. What advice can you give to a woman out there as with this economy? We have our first caller. Hello, good evening. Thank you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Marie. I'm calling from.
Okay, okay, go ahead, but speak louder. Hello, Maureen.
Yeah, I have a.
Hello? Oh, Maureen, I think you should call back and then speak louder. We really want to hear what you have to say. We have another caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Michael, calling from Delta.
Okay, let's hear you, Mr. Michael.
Yeah, I want to really appreciate you for the wonderful program.
Thank you, sir.
And the little contribution I have is, this time around things are actually hard. The economy now is not smiling on anybody. And for us to overcome this, I think we need communication. Communication is very important right now.
Yeah.
Right now, it's very, very important. So my advice to the couples is let them try as much as possible to plan, communicate, and understand their budget. Understand your budget. Understand the budget of your wife and understand the budget of your husband. I think that is one of the way out for this mess that we find ourselves.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Understand the budget. That is very important. That is very important. If you know that normally you use, like you said, 5,000 to cook soup. You reduce. Okay, I have another caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir. Turn down the volume of your radio set.
My name is Engineer Anthony.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Dawaki.
Okay, please, let's hear you.
Yeah, I think what we should do, my little advice for the ladies, especially the single ladies,
okay,
and the mothers also, we should avoid wastage at home. We should, whatever, because there are a lot of people who are hungry in Nigeria today. So when, for the father, you have a little extra in your home, don't waste food. And even when it's good to dress well, it's good to dress well. But the fact that the cloth is more than 1 or 2 years does not mean it is not out of stock. It can still be put into use. So we should get used to them, not like competing when it comes to fashion. Exactly. So the idea of spending so much on fashion, spending so much on most of these things, it's a waste of resources. Men are there working that you too, you can, even the little money you are going to work at, think of how to manage that money.
Yeah.
In this time, in this country, everybody should learn to manage. No more room for wastage. Even Jesus said in the Bible, when he fed the 5,000, the extra that came, he said they should pack them. He said against wastage. I tell my children, my told, when we cook rice and everything, I said, no, keep it, warm it. Tomorrow you have to eat it.
Wow.
It's not because throwing those food away, there are many people out there. I rather reduce the food away so I can have extra to
for the next
people.
day.
Raw rice, can go to my house, the new raw rice, I give to them.
Yes.
But if I waste it all, I will not have extra to give to somebody around me or my neighbor who may have a need for it.
Yes. Wow.
So that's what I advise. On skill acquisition,
yes,
we women need to look at beyond hairdressing.
Okay.
Look beyond hairdressing and stylishing. There are a lot of things there. I've seen a woman mechanic. There are a lot of things that men can do. Women can as well do them. Let us not limit ourselves because I'm a woman. The only thing I can do is just to learn how to do hairstyle or tailoring. The world, the global system has gone beyond that. There are so many trades that women can go engage with so that they can become self-sufficient. So that they will not be women that will just a total liability to their families. Even at old age, then liability to their children. Honestly. Let women, as you rightly said earlier, they should have something to do. They should, every woman should be mandated that you have a trade. Something that brings income to you. Even when you are a student, you can still have a trade. When I was a student in my undergrad days, basically, there were things I was doing on campus to earn myself. I even trained myself through school, reading engineering. I trained myself through school to the master degree level, through school. Because that's where the background was coming from. So I had no women that were able to help themselves in school. You don't need to go and market yourself. Say yourself, this day, if you come to some city, get this day, they just send their body. And the only excuse they are giving is that I'm in school. You ought to be so. You can be in school and do something meaningful that can bring income to you. Then you get out of school, later you can live a better life. So that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, engineer. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Honestly, I don't know what we can say. He said so much, so much. But there's something he said that I want us to emphasize on. We know that things are hard. But is it possible that even in the little you have, you can still, as a mother, you said something. If you're a woman, you're automatically a mother. Yes. No matter how bad you think your own is, there's somebody whose own is worse. That's it. So that means at a time like this, what do you say? I want us to still bring in this part. What will you say to people who still have little, but there's still somebody out there who doesn't have?
We have to share. I encourage women to share. In fact, there's not time to keep marriage with someone and said, no, I won't help this person because maybe the mother offended me or my neighbor offended me or something. So we need to share.
We have another caller. Hello, good evening. Okay, where are you calling from and what is your name, sir?
This is Joel from Boepa.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
My own advice is for the single.
Okay.
Especially the girls.
Okay.
Because nowadays girls are making men to actually put down their life. They are nothing. Meanwhile, they are the most special gift on earth that living God has created.
Thank you.
Respect yourself. That's the way you keep yourself. Even a man will see you and respect you. It's not by dressing half naked that will make you look attractive to men just because you're looking for money. No. You have hands, you have legs, and you can see. Sometimes when I look at things that are not complete, but they are struggling just to be the make it. I used to shed tears. Then I'll think of, what about this one? That they are all complete, yet they will still depend on somebody to give to them. It's not right. And that's why you see men treat them anyhow they like. Why? Because they believe they can actually go for it and get it by themselves. But they don't want to
do it.
That is it. Our parents back then, they did it on their own. And today, they are in the position where when they look at themselves, they will know that they actually work for it. Yes. They didn't depend on anybody. So if our young ladies that are hearing me, we should learn how to go at it. There are many work that one can get himself into. And no one will look down on you. because you're not asking for anything from the person.
Yes.
So please, thank you.
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much,
you,
so
sir.
much. Ma, Mwana Zainab, I want you to say something about laziness
It's the worst thing that can ever happen to someone.
to a woman.
To a woman. In fact, one of my lecturers there back then said that a lazy person is like a vulture. A vulture doesn't eat anything healthy. It's a leftover of the carcass it goes for. So since then, I said no, I will never be lazy. It's better to work with your hand to get something. It brings honor. It brings respect to you.
And you know, sometimes too, when you even have something doing, somebody can come. And that is why I want to use the opportunity to beg everybody out there. If you see a mama on the road selling roasted corn, we know the economy is not funny, but don't come and bargain that corn to 30 naira.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's of you can say, Mama, this corn is 100 naira, but I'm going to buy it 500. I'm going to buy it 200. Or if you see a young girls and selling orange by the road, don't come and be bargaining 200. No, it's your way of supporting and encouraging, especially if you're a woman and you are privileged that you have some good money coming into your hand. Sometimes when you buy these things from people, from your women folks like you who are down in quote, I'm not trying to, you understand what I'm trying to say? Do it out of love, like it's your own way of supporting her business. It's not as if when you go to Queensway and they say something is 1,000 naira, you will not bargain. So when you go to that old mama, that young lady who is trying to do legal business, encourage her. Okay, is 100 naira, but I'll pay 300. Let her know that is a way of you supporting her, and she'll be encouraged to do it. Because sometimes some ladies are embarrassed that she will catch me. You say, I just do POS. Yes, there are some ladies who feel they're more than that, which should not be. It shouldn't be. Please, now just because I know very soon now, call in before we round up. Before I ask for me this question, and numbers to call is 081 084 47518. Call in, let us hear from you. Do you have any questions for mommies here that are here about how to cope? If you're a woman out there, do you have any challenge with this issue of surviving this economy? Is there a challenge? What advice do you need? If you're a man out there listening, what advice do you have for us? And like I say, you have to call 081 084 47518. Now, Mommy Choma, I want to ask you this question. There are some people, all they do is to call and send SMS. Please, I beg, 1K. Please, 2K. And you now find out that they have called you, they have called 10, they have called the other person. What will you advise those kind of people?
My dear sister, the only thing I have to tell people is that whatever you build in your life will grow with you. Don't expect that you'll stop it one day. Because you don't know what that thing will result for you in future. You understand? Because if you build yourself in begging people, it will be part of you. It will make you won't be proud of yourself, whom God made you to be. Every one of us have gift God put in you. The only thing I believe is to find a way to develop that gift, than to leave that gift to waste in your life because you have made yourself to be a beggar. Why? There are good things in you that God is waiting for you to start so that He will use you to inspire others. Rather, you seal it up and depend on begging from that person that her work is on her own talent. Why you have your own inside
and
you?
If you don't give, they will say you are a wicked person.
My dear, you know, sometimes they call you wicked. I heard of the other man, do they call him rude or what? The P Square. He said that one woman called him that the daughter was admitted for blood and he need money for blood, and he sent for that woman. Later that time, the woman started calling him again for food. Because he refused to give him, the woman started cursing him.
Oh, we have this caller for me. Yes. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel and I'm calling from Abuja, Sokoros.
Okay, let's hear you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay, my own contribution is, though I'm not married, so I know I cannot give full explanation to what the people are trying to say, but a little knowledge I have as a man is what I have to contribute.
Hello, Mr. Emmanuel.
Okay, what I have to say is that as a woman, if you have a man, at least the few times that you guys must have spent together, you will know the capability of that man. And most of the time, most women are not content with what they have. Because if you have a man, and for instance, that man is earning, let's say, 100,000 per month, and you, as a woman, you are looking things that is more expensive, more higher in pricing. For instance, most things that destroy marriage and relationship is the fact that a woman will be looking beyond what the husband can afford for her. All I'm trying to say is social media is one of the things that is corrupting
our young ladies.
Women. Yes.
All right.
Ladies.
Thank you.
Because if you go on social media, you will see different kind of things, and most of all those things is going to influence you.
Oh, we lost it. We lost that call. All right. Just before we round up, before we get, let me have this special announcement to make. Because of today's program, you know, women and business, we'll be sponsoring 15 women on a free digital marketing training, which will enhance small business growth digitally. Keep up with this program soon, so that as soon as we announce it, you'll be there to listen, and you'll be part of the 15 that will be picking. This is something that I and my team have worked on and are working on, and we hope very soon we'll give you the dates for that. So if you're a woman, you're a young lady out there, and you have interest in digital business, in digital marketing, please always join in. As we're about to round up, Madam Zainab, your last word on this matter to every woman out there, to every man out there, how to navigate this hard economic challenge time.
Yes, we have mentioned it before. Work on your budget and stick to your budget and cut down expensive things for now, just for a while. Things will get better in this nation.
Amen.
My beloved sister, my encouragement now is that nothing that will stay for long. The only thing is that for you to sit down, remove some certain things that do not make sense this time around. Even what you think you used to make your children happy, the way you spend, reduce it. Even the way we cook food, there is a way you will do economize. Even the food will come out fine.
Yes.
It's not more about spending money much on food that make the food sweet. There is a way you will use your senses. This will be better very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all our Facebook viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you for all those who made comments. And if you still want to listen to this program, go back to the Facebook Victoria or Vic Alu and then listen to us. And just before we round up, I and the mommies in the house, we want to agree in faith that every family out there that is struggling financially, economically, that God will make a way for you in this season. Miraculously, God can still do great things. Miracle no dey tire Jesus. Great things still happen. And that is from me, your host, Vic Alu, on the show The Woman's World. Keep winning, sis. We will survive this season. Next time, from me, my mommy Choma and mommy Zainab, we'll see you next week. Don't touch the dial. Bye.